Hi, my name is Chloe DeMomio. I'm the artist behind Woolly Art, and today I'll be showing you my pocket knife collection. So, backstory. Growing up, my grandpa would always give me pocket knives, so after he died, I started to officially collect them. I already had most of a collection because he'd already given me so many knives, so it just made sense. He gave me pocket knives because he collected pocket knives, so it was a way for him to share something that he cared a lot about with me. And then he realized very quickly that I was his only grandchild that cared about the outdoors and whittling at all. My brother and sister, they're not outdoors people, and whittling is not their thing. Knives. I'll start off by showing you some of my 4 single blade pocket knives. There's this one and this one. They're just pretty plain. This one does not lock, this one does, so it's got a switch on the back. I don't actually remember when he gave those to me. These 2 I do remember being given because it was significant. This knife is one of my favorites because there's, honest to God, it locks really nicely, first of all. But honest to God, there is no other comfortable way to hold this using the loop there, which is definitely for your thumb. Like my grandpa told me, that's where you put your thumb. Then like this. When you hold a knife like this, blade up, the only motion that makes sense to me is this. So I'm like 80% sure it's for stabbing people. Like, I haven't confirmed it, but it's a distinct possibility. And honestly, my grandpa gave me this when I was about 12. He definitely would be he's the type of person that would definitely give a 12-year-old a knife designed for stabbing people. It's how he rolled. He was awesome. And this is one of my other favorite knives because it's the last knife he gave me in person. I think it's pretty. Plus, the slim shape and the thin blade are super useful and it's really easy to sharpen, so I use it all the time for art stuff because I don't use X-Acto knives, I use pocket knives. And I have some nice memories of, well, I carried this when I went to his funeral, which is a terrible memory, but it was nice to have that. And here is the 3-blade pocket knife with differently shaped blades. We've got a round one, pointed one, and a wedge-shaped one they gave me for whittling after I used this knife to make a crochet hook. He realized that I needed a proper whittling knife, or he wanted me to know that this knife's for whittling and this one's for stabbing. I don't know. And this one I got at Austin Comic Con. It's like a little baby butterfly knife, and I think it's cute. It's nice because, well, it's completely useless because it doesn't even lock properly and was originally made to be a keychain, but I took it off the keychain because it doesn't lock properly. Imagine you're getting out your keys and it's just an open knife whenever you use your keys. That's a terrible idea. But it's still nice because it's cute and it reminds me of that time I went to Comic Con with my friends and that makes me happy. So when I bought this tiny, it's small butterfly knife, I had to have an adult with me. This is a butterfly knife. The blade's about 4 inches, I think. I measured it at one point. It's a proper butterfly knife with a nice little wood handle. I did not need an adult with me to buy this one. I'm 16, not an adult. And I was at a flea market, so the man just asked me if my parents would be upset if I bought a butterfly knife. And I said, no, I collect them. And he was like, okay, sure, it's $5. So one, great deal. But I'm pretty sure I bought this slightly illegally. But it's got a nice real wood handle. It's old looking. I have no idea what kind of quality it is. It's not perfect in terms of butterfly knife because it kind of sticks. So I might put some WD-40 on it or something. That might be the completely wrong oil to use for this. But it's the only oil I know of that you use for when things get stuck, so. Okay, now we're gonna move into the ridiculous knives. The Florence butterfly knife is not the ridiculous knife. This is my Tetris pocket knife. It's mostly useless. It looks kind of cool, but it's mostly useless. When I do use it, I use it for the 2 screwdriver bits it has because it's great. It's a great screwdriver, to be honest. And on the little tiny scissors and the little tiny knife on it are terrible and useless. This is the Swiss Army cutlery knife, I swear. Because it's got a spoon, a fork, oh dear, a knife, of course. Oh my god. The hardest thing to get out of open on a pocket knife is always, universally, the bottle opener. I don't know why. So you can basically eat a whole meal with this thing. It's kind of super dirty right now, so I wouldn't recommend immediate use, but if you wash it, and this is one of my favorite knives. I've said that about 5 knives, but they're all wonderful. This looks like a tube of lipstick, because I'm pretty sure it was made from one. But it's actually a twist-up pocket knife. My uncle gave this to my mom when she first started college as a self-defense knife. She didn't use it very often, thankfully. She didn't even carry it very often. And I'm pretty sure the main reason is that the lid doesn't stay on very well, which is a huge, huge problem because if you're keeping this in your purse, the lid works itself off, and then movement jostles it to twist open, so then you just have a knife sitting in your purse. And as you can imagine, reaching into your purse and finding an open knife is not fun and totally terrifying and quite painful. So I don't carry this very often. I'm gonna try and find a way to make the lid stay on better so I can carry it because it's so cool. Makes me feel like a spy. Plus there's something really satisfying about a twist up knife. Like it's just, I don't know what it is. The most useless knife I have the pleasure of owning, and the most extra. This is a circle knife. It has 3 blades. When you open it, they all stick out like this. There is no practical use for this knife whatsoever. You can barely even hold it without hurting yourself. So any way you slice it, this knife is useless. I love it. It looks ridiculous. You can't even carry it like you're supposed to. Like there's a little hook on the back for putting it in your belt. You can't even really carry it like that because, I will demonstrate, even when closed, it's not really closed. These knives can easily catch on things because the blade is kind of always exposed. It's terrible. I don't know who designed this knife. It's probably supposed to look like a ninja throwing star. It worked, I bought it, but like, it is the funniest thing I have in terms of knives. Anyways, I kind of love it. But yeah, so this has been my video about my knife collection. Thanks for watching.